Okay, YouTube, right now I have the door panel off. I just want to let you know the trouble well, it wasn't trouble, but with the other side. These pins right here, those are the same as the green one. So if you see like I have a green one there, let me see that white one, that pink one, those have to actually be pried back out and then placed back into, where's the slot? Can you see the slot here? That slot right there. Each one has its own corresponding slot. And you have to kind of be careful not to damage that that rubber washer. It's very delicate. One of them I actually destroyed. So I'm gonna put those on the door panel, take the door panel off. I'm gonna show you what I'm gonna do to mount my new speaker using actually that housing. You'll see what I'm gonna do and my solution to mount the tweeter. Alrighty. I have the speaker out now. I just want to show you that's quite a hole in there, and the speaker goes in there. So I might get the tape measure and measure it. But for those who's concerned about not being able to get like a bigger size speaker, I think you don't need a shallow mount. The speaker I purchased isn't a shallow mount, and there's room to spare. But first, I'm going to show you what I'm going to do with the tweeter. So, and then after that, I'm going to go back inside and create a housing with this ridiculously cheap speaker. I mean, this speaker's, eesh, this is 100% crap. But I'll be back again. Let me just pause. Alright, so this is the tweeter I'm going to be using. And this is the tweeter that came out of there. It's a really dinky Bose tweeter. It's really like flimsy and light. Nothing to it. This is the tweeter I'm going to be putting in this place. It's a 1-inch tweeter, Scar Audio. So it came from out of here. So basically this fits right real good in there. I'm going to use this metal strip. I'm going to cut it to size. Sorry about that. I'm going to work in one hand here, but you'll get with the picture. So there's a hole there, so I'm gonna put a bend and drill 2 holes and then 2-sided tape to keep it in there. And I did it on the other side and it's in there nice and snug. And 2-sided tape is pretty strong. They use it to hold on spoilers on the outside of the car, so not worried about that coming off. So let me do some cutting, drilling, measuring, and I'll show you the end result. The tweeter is now mounted. Not sure if you can see it, but that's the tweeter there. It's on the other side. Using the metal strip and double-sided tape method, I used about 3 coats since it's thin. And that's not going anywhere. And it's actually flush against the housing inside, so there's no air in between or anything like that. It's flush in this. Moving the whole door with it. That's not going anywhere. So that's that. So just have to put the speaker in and put the panel back on, and then all I have left are the 2 back doors. And I probably won't record that because it's pretty much rinse and repeat of what I just did with this. Okay, back to the mess. Here is the speaker that it came with. This is, I can't say enough how crappy of a speaker this is. It's a little weight to it, but it's definitely a crappy speaker. I thought, and what happened was with my Evo, someone had used this outside to mount the speaker on. So here's the new speaker. You can see much more substantial, and they match right up. You see there's actually a little lip on the inside there too. So you could actually gut the inside of this and just drop that in there and screw it, and then screw that into the car. So that's what I'm going to do. So you have to like hacksaw away the speaker and actually gut it out. So here it is. Watch this. Bye-bye, Bose. Yeah, you got to gut it out. But I still have to remove this hard ABS plastic, but you're not going to keep the speaker. Even if I traded the car in, oops, even if I traded the car in, I wouldn't be putting these speakers back in there to return the stereo back to stock. They would actually just get the upgraded speaker. So I'll show you how the end result looks. All right. Hack job complete. And here's the ring. Yeah, you really have to get like a Dremel tool and like hack off all those posts that held up the speaker. But as you can see, let me turn it around. The new speaker fits right in there, perfect. Let me show you the other side. So you might have to just turn it a little, you know, get it out of the way of that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to drill little pilot holes on this edge in here, screw it in there, and there's another hole I need to screw right around here so the wire can come in from the outside, and this will be done. So when I show it back to you, everything will be back together. So hold on. So here is the end result. Screwed in and ready to go. These are some old deck screws I had. Even though it's only 3 screws, that's not going anywhere. I'm turning it with all my strength. It's not going anywhere. I already have this wire mounted through the hole, so I can solder it and solder it, put it in, and that'll be it for this portion of the speaker. Hey YouTube, I just did the back speakers I wanted to show you. So I gutted the back speakers. This crease here, the speakers came that way. It kind of pissed me off, but it is what it is. It's not going to do anything. So I put this on, and as you do these things, you learn. So basically, the last front speaker, I drilled a hole to get the wire through there, but all I had to do was just Dremel away the part where the factory wire came, and it created its own hole. So for anyone that's going to do this, just Dremel away the factory portion and you'll be able to fit the wire through. Like with mine, the front speakers, that part's still kind of sealed because I didn't, go too far with my Dremel tool. But, you definitely need a Dremel tool to drill this to, get the other speaker out. So this is the rear speaker. I'm getting ready to put that in right now. I just want to give you an update before I did that. And another thing is, these are 5 1/4. I originally bought 6.5-inch speakers thinking 6.5 were for the rear, but when I looked, I was like, oh gosh, these are smaller. So the back speakers for the Elantra and Bose stereo are 5 1/4-inch speakers, not 6.5. All right, talk to you soon. Okay, speakers mounted. Just wanted you to show you guys. Here's my my tape job. Actually, it's pretty secure. That's fabric tape. It's the same kind of tape that they use actually. But as you can see, it's mounted on there, wired up, ready to go. Tweeter, I have to cut the wire, but I'm gonna wire up the tweeter and put this back on there, and this panel will be done. Yep, there it is. The 5 1/4-inch Scar Audio is mounted into the door panel. Kind of upsetting because the Scar could have been pointed down. But I did everything in the house. I mean, it's behind the door panel, but if you guys that are anal, just make sure you use that and however you want to line it up. That way it'll look perfect where nobody can see it. But that's a speaker solidly mounted in there using the original speaker itself. I just gutted it out and then used 2 screws this time because you don't need 4. It's really solid in there. And that's it. Didn't have to buy any mounts, and like I said before, you're not going to use those speakers ever again, so why not put them to good use? So go put the door panels back on, and go to the other side, which is pretty much the same procedure. Alright, take care. Okay, install is finished. Before I just do a quick walkthrough, the original speakers I showed in the beginning of the video were Scar Audio speakers, but I chose to go with different speakers. Nothing wrong with the Scar Audios. For the price, they're definitely good speakers. It's just that these speakers had more detail and they're a lot more expensive. Like these CDT, they're component speakers. I don't even want to say what they cost. Well, they're $2.99. This was $169, but they gave me the $199 pair because those were sold out, so they gave me the newer model. These were kind of relatively cheap. These I think were like $50, but I had to buy the pair and all. I'm only using one. With the Scar Audio, they sounded fine actually. It's just that let me see if I can explain it. Like, I couldn't hear like the vibrations in the voices, like the vocal cords. Like how I'm talking now, you could probably hear like the vibrations in my voice. The Scar Audio, I couldn't really hear that detail. And these, on the other hand, well worth it. So let me just walk you through it. I have the trunk open. The speaker box, I built it myself. Supported enclosure, 2 8-inch woofers. Those are tuned around 38 hertz. It's loud, but not super loud, which is what I like. I've got measurements spot on there. I could still use the trays, but let's look on the inside. On the inside, we have the Audison amp hooked up. Got to clean up the wires a little bit better. And then we have the crossovers, which nothing's connected to, and that's the reason, because reason why nothing's connected, because I ended up using a different set of speakers. So that's everything right here. So what I want to also do, ouch, is go into the front. Autumn leaves, and show you what I got here. So this wire is actually just a USB for charging the phone. Let me bring back the seats on. So I ran this Alpine. I had to take this apart, and I ran it through. I don't know if you could see it. There's 2 wires there. I could actually tuck them away even neater, but it doesn't get in the way of the USBs. I could still access the USBs behind there. I just used double-sided tape, and that's strong enough, basically. And that's the subwoofer, like I said, or if I didn't say, but I'm saying now. And that's the subwoofer volume control. Let me just turn it on. Everything seems to work. Well, not everything. Let's go into what's not working. Basically, what's not working is the... Oops. What's not working is the active sound, you know, the fake sound that gets pumped in. That doesn't seem to be working anymore. I think it might have something with the front speakers. Let me close this, come on. I think it has something to do with the front speakers, because the way the front speakers are connected to the amp, it's a bit weird. I'm not going to explain it for sake of long, drawn out YouTube explanations in the comments, but the front speakers are kind of wired weird from the amp back there, so the active sound doesn't work. I never really used the active sound, but that doesn't mean I wouldn't want it to work. Like in the winter, I might have used it 1 or 2 times for giggles, but I would have wanted the active sound to work. The navigation works. I'm able to lower the navigation volume and everything through the menu, but what can happen though, if I have the stereo up real loud, the navigation is going to come real loud. Now, I don't know with the factory audio if the navigation will be at a set level no matter how loud the stereo is. So if I keep the stereo at a normal level, even kind of high, the navigation comes on low. But if I'm blasting it, the navigation is going to come on high. The other issue I'm having, let me just go here, is that I'd have to probably start the car. Is that I'm getting, I'll have to pause it. Right now you can't hear it, but there's some feedback noise goes through it, and it's kind of inconsistent. While I'm driving, I don't hear it. Like right now, you can't hear it. So there's there for me trying to show you what's going on. That's how usually the case is. But as I drive, you can hear like something like that, very faint. It doesn't really affect my listening experience. It's only like at higher volumes you could hear it if I pause it. So with that said, I'll probably try and use the digital, use a DAC, and then don't go through the Bose amp at all. But right now you can't hear it, so there's that. So I ordered a DAC and everything like that, but I probably will wait till the spring to put it on, because right now it's not even doing it. It's perfect now. You hear that hiss, because I don't have the gain set, but you turn anything up pretty much full blast, you're gonna hear a little hiss. I mean, because you could barely hear the hiss, but at 34, the volume be so loud, the hiss will be at this same light level, you will never hear it. But our lowest cycle was 24, and you don't hear the hiss. So that's that. But like I said, it's not doing the sound that I thought it was going to be doing. Now I know people are going to say, oh, it's probably a ground. Hold on, there's a loud bus coming through. People would say it's the ground, but it's not the ground, because it only does it when I'm hooked up to the radio. This DSP, you could Bluetooth directly into it. And when I Bluetooth directly into this DSP, I don't get any of that feedback noise or whatever. So it's something with the speaker outputs, but I'm going to run it through the digital and then use a DAC, and that should clean it up. But that's the install, and it's complete, but it's not complete, but it's complete for now. Everything's cleaned up, everything's pretty, everything's ran, and it's done. So take care.